Strappin. It is the Steinhart Ocean 39 Vintage GMT red or blue red Ceramica. So Ceramica GMT. Oh, you got it. Premium. This is on nothing special today. It's on the stock oyster style bracelet that it comes with. I don't think I've worn it ever since I got the watch. I swapped it to the Jubilee option pretty much immediately because of my experience with these bracelets. It's not bad. I mean, it's well made actually. Screwed links, plenty of adjustments for micro adjustments. A decently flat clasp, and yeah, it's not bad quality. You know, solid end links and all that. But this has always been an issue for me was this part here, that center link. It's I just don't like the way it's designed. It feels like sometimes there's an extra gap right in there that could be a little bit tighter, but mainly like, especially on a smaller wrist, you see it's actually kind of I don't have my other hand to do this, but it is kind of like if I think it could be rounded over more. You see how it just, when it drops down, you see that corner that sticks up. I'm trying to use my pinky to point it. That little part that protrudes right outside of the end link piece, right? If your wrist was wide enough, that would go down, see, and it would be flatter. But say mine is just over 6 3/4, or 6.875. Maybe a 7-inch might still be okay. I don't know. It really depends on the shape of your wrist and how and where you wear it. But even at this 39mm size, and the left leg isn't that much, it does drop down good. But the only issue is that that corner sticks up a little bit more, right? And that's evident on both sides. Actually, you see right there, you can see that, because it's not quite rounded. It's kind of not 100% squared, but they should have just rounded it off altogether. That way, no matter if it's skinnier or wider wrist, no matter how it pivots, it'll be kind of low profile and rounded, and it shouldn't exceed the case or the lug lines or surface like that right there. I mean, if you look at the way like these wider links in the center are done, it's maybe hard to tell, but you can bend up more, but they'll never exceed outside of the surface area of the links. You know, no matter how much you bend them, it's all going to be, if it was basically flush, right? No matter how much it pivots and wraps around. So it should have been rounded like that over in here. If I can focus again. Yeah, it should have been rounded like that right in here. Just a bit more rounded over. And they've done this on their 42. That's when I noticed it first, and kind of unfortunate they copied it over onto the 39. I don't understand why it's so straight there. They should have just rounded it over. And see how that, if your wrist is wide enough, it'll flatten out. It won't pivot out as much, and so it looks smoother. But if it isn't, see, it starts to jet out. That's why, and I try to point this out in my other review video of the Ocean 39 500 GMT Premium, the Batman looking one. Yeah, and that's why I switched it to Jubilee. It just looks nicer, and this gap doesn't seem as big. You got the smaller links in between, and the way they're shaped, it just doesn't do that. So less gap, and also it doesn't do that. That's why I prefer the Jubilee. When somebody pointed this out a while ago, back when they didn't have the 39, it was just the 42mm Ocean ones. I couldn't really unsee it, and that did kind of bug me a bit, and it still does. That's why I tend not to wear it on this bracelet that much. You know, at this angle, this side at least, it's still kind of a semi eyesore because it's aimed at you like this, right? Versus you know, if there's any other angle, I suppose you wouldn't notice it. But anyways, just thought I'd point that out. So this is just the the watch on the stock bracelet. Nothing special, and just trying to reinforce why I'm not a fan of this bracelet, just because of this area, the way it's done. I mean, if your wrist is shaped and is perhaps wide enough as well, again, this will probably angle up for a wider wrist, right? This will probably lift up a little bit more, and that doesn't really, it's not nearly as apparent, you know what I mean? But it's like smaller, skinnier wrist where this can drop down, you know, but more directly right off of there like that. Then that corner, because it's not completely rounded over as smoothly as it could be, it kind of jets up. And then I think that kind of makes it look like there's a slightly larger gap here than, like, say, the spacing between the links this way. I mean, from a distance, here, let's try this. Here you can't really tell, but start to over on this side, which is sometimes you're gonna have your wrist right around here anyways. Start to roll it over to read the time or something. It does, for me, it does kind of catch my attention. So it's unfortunate. I mean, the only thing I could do is take it off and see if I can file or somehow round it over a little bit better myself. But it probably won't match the finish of the rest of the bracelet if I tried to do that. And you know, if I did try to do that and smooth it out and then just try to brush it back out, it probably wouldn't match. So I don't know. It's not likely worth the effort. For the most part, you can get by with it. It's only because I know it's there that as an owner and where and this is my watch, I know that's there. But probably most people, when they quickly look at it, for the most part, they'll never really, that will probably never really stand out to them that much. But you know, these are these little P's as the personal owners of watches that you know about these kind of there's not really a quirk as much as it is I consider a bit of a design error to have made that link like that. The center link, the way it's not quite rounded over, it's a bit of a square, semi-squared off edge there. Anyways, I ranted long enough about that. But this watch is really great. Really enjoying it. It was running a bit fast. I guess you can count all these little Watch U Strappins as like mini reviews to add up to one main big review. But I will add that overall this has been running pretty great out of the box. But it was a bit fast for me. It was about between +4, maybe +5 seconds a day, which isn't terrible. It's, you know, for what it is. But what I'm used to is no more than 4, and usually more like closer to +2, 1 or 2 a day. So I did open it up and adjust the regulation. Dropped it about -4, maybe -5. And we shall see. But so far, since yesterday, it hasn't advanced or declined or slowed down, decreased in its rate. It's been holding at, I set it and it was synced at about 0.5 plus, 0.5 seconds plus what it was synced to. So, and it still is. So and that was, right now it's 4 p.m. Almost 4, 3 something, and that was back about 10 something at night, last night, 10:30, 10:45ish, something like that. So over 12 hours, going on 18 in about 2 hours. Well, actually no, it's about 18 hours now, almost a full once it hits 4, that'd be right around there. So yeah, it didn't really budge, but you never know. It really depends what a reading is on a time grapher and what it actually performs on wrist can be quite different. So we shall see. And it takes time to, after you adjust it, it seems like it's holding good, but then after, I find maybe like 2 weeks, then you start to see something change after constant wear of 2 weeks. So anyways, I do usually long-term reviews. This one was quick. I did do a review on this actually alongside the Squale 1545 30 Atmos Pepsi GMT model, one of the latest ones, and I believe an exclusive from Nomon, which is actually for sale. I did them together, but I still have some thoughts that I like to throw into these videos, just for anybody interested in this watch and happen to miss the main video review, and this is kind of supplemental information after the fact also. So you have a great Steinhart Saturday, or any kind of Saturday. Catch you on the next. Thanks. Bye.